And yes, the wait is over. Man, the illustrious one is back. He is taking time out of his busy schedule to bless us with another appearance, man. And that's right, boy. I don't know, man. Hey, use a staple in this diet now, man. You know, cats gotta have a little bit of infusions in their life, man. You feel me? So, even though I have not been checking emails as of late, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, me and you have both been on our grind. You know what I mean? But still, you know, judging from past emails, you know, and looking at the demographics and looking at the statistics, man, shoot, you know, cats is feeling your flow, man. So, hey, man, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, what's happening out there? What's going on with everybody?
Man, hey, man, you know, the shit's going crazy. Well, I like to come in here and, I want to grab you right quick because you seem to be kind of like on a hiatus, you know, being able to take you a little break, got you a little breathing room, man. And I just want to, you know, what's going on with you. You know, we got some ratchet shit going on, some ratchet situations and ratchet stories going on. And you told me about your recent situation. I'd like for you to, I don't know if you want to share that with the crew, man, about how no matter what you do, man, you just can't seem to save them. You know what I mean? You want to share that with us today?
Well, the thing is, man, you can't save them. That's just the real. You can't do it. And do you remember when we ran through the show about the 48 laws of power tricking? You remember that show?
Right. And
I said sometimes you have to know when to let them go.
Right.
Here's the thing, man. In this power tricking game, man, what y'all have to understand is that this is a trade-offs.
Right.
Trade-off. A lot of times, if you're looking for a white picket fence and a neighbor named Fred, you're in the wrong spot.
Okay.
You know, if you're looking for happy endings and all that shit, you're in the wrong spot. Because the dating pool of the people that we're dealing with, and they would like to say it's just the hood rats, and it's not. It's across the spectrum.
Okay.
I f with so-called straight chicks, straight lace chicks, that were just as bad as the hood rats, or who exhibited similar characteristics in the hood rats. Okay. So, you know, miss me with that, it's just hood rats. You know, I actually listened to Jason Black. He had I don't listen much to him, but it was one podcast he did I kind of like. It was called The Smart Home.
Okay.
He was talking about basically how there's no difference between them and the ratchet. See what I'm saying? They want the attention of the ratchets, but they ain't built to be ratchet. See what I'm saying? In other words, they're identifying with the lowest common denominator. So I just said to say, man, there's no dividing line between socioeconomic parameters. The line don't exist, at least not in the black community. And it's starting to erode somewhat in the white community. But anyway, back to my point, man, the thing is that in the end, you know, in this power trick game, man, sometimes you just have to know when to let them go. There's no happy ending. They're not going, a lot of times they're not going, you know, settle down with you, and, you know, you have some old reliables.
Okay.
You know, you have some old reliables. You have ones that are used to you. Some are cut for you. Some are not cut for you.
Right.
Some will deal with you. Some won't deal with you. You may, if you're lucky, you may, you know, skate out of the relationship with a real, a kind of, it's a standoff. Whereas there's a sort of uneasy alliance.
Okay.
They accept your flow and they accept you for who you are, and you accept them for who they are. And sometimes you have to give them distance, but you're still cool with each other. You just ain't up under each other like it was when you was around doing your power tricking them, when you dealing with them on that level of that fair exchange.
Okay.
So, contrary to popular opinion, you can be respected doing it.
Right.
You can't be respected if you're just giving in and giving them everything they want. Now, of course not, they're not going to respect you. But you can be respected if you stand your ground, you draw your lines of demarcation in the sand, and say what you will and what you won't do. And if they're going to roll with you, good. If they don't roll with you, they can kick rock.
Right.
And at the end of the day, everybody respects somebody with a backbone. And even the ratchet, even though they're going to try to run game, even though they're coming with, at the end of the day, they respect the fact that you will tell them no, because realistically, that's what they've been missing. Nobody never really told them no. You never had a man to tell them no. even the niggas that's laying up under them, a lot of times don't even give a what they do.
Okay.
So that kind of, look, rules, boundaries, look, this is what I will do, this is what I won't do. And you have to risk, you have to be able to say to them, go for yourself. And you have to be cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be cool with letting them, kiss the pave. You have to be cool with that. You have to be cool with them beating the street. And you think that you're going to lose their respect, or you think you're going to lose that. But a lot of times it's not really about that. It's about that respect.
Mm.
There's nothing that says that because you're tricking, you have to lose your self-respect.
Mm.
And that's the biggest thing. But what I'm saying here is there is no happy ending. Getting back to my point, there is no happy ending. And sometimes you just got to let them go. Sometimes you've done, the relationship has gone as far, and people say, well, why you call this a relationship? Because it is a relationship.
Yeah, right.
Anybody that you with over one time, it's not a one-night stand by definition. It's a relationship. It may be a up relationship. It's a relationship nevertheless. You can be respected in this relationship. You don't have to be a simp. You have to have some degree of backbone. You have to have a spine. You have to have balls. You have to be able to tell them go themselves, because if you're scared of losing them, you're not going to keep them anyway.
Right.
I'm going to repeat that again. If you're scared of losing them, you're not going to keep them anyway. Okay? Because you got to keep in mind, this power trick, you're pretty much a professional side.
Right.
That's what you are. That's period. You're a professional side, and that has to be okay with you. But getting back to my thing, the reason I'm saying, a chick that I had been dealing with, man, since, it had to be since 2011, 2012, man, and, I've done everything I could to help her. You see what I'm saying? Right. And the thing is I don't really on her like that, but, I extend the hand, and I throw a life preserver to her, and, I put on the cape, and go, swoop her up, but I keep a distance between me and her.
Right.
See what I'm saying? There's a trade-off. If I want to come over there and get what I want to get, I get what I want to get, and that's what's up. But then in exchange for that, I look out.
Okay.
That's the relationship. That's that's what's built on. But sometimes you'll find these girls that are so self-destructive that no matter how many times you save them, they go create another catastrophe.
For real.
So in her situation, pretty much she was on probation for some she did.
Right.
So, her PO told us, look, this is what you go do. Just stay clean, come down here and report and do these classes. You would think that's easy to do, but this girl don't seem to understand that when you are in the hands of the state, you can't do what the you want to do.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You don't have the option of sovereignty when you're under the direction and the control of the state. So, that if she would have done, she would have been off probation, but no, not her. She continuing to smoke weed. She ain't going to see the PO. She ain't halfway keeping a job. She's just not doing, she's just irresponsible. And somebody's going to say, well, I get a clue. She's a hood rat. Of course she's irresponsible.
Right.
To a certain extent, yes, you're right. But there are some women that we've dealt with that know how to take care of their business. Yeah, they may exhibit hood rat behavior, but when it comes down to certain things, they take care of their business and they're on their game.
Right.
Just like all power tricks are not created equal, all hood rats are not created equal.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There are levels, as they say in the street, there are levels to this shit. So basically, she didn't understand that she had to go do what she was supposed to do, didn't do what she was supposed to do, and kept going in the office and dropping dirty and all that shit. So they broke it down, and then because she wasn't halfway reporting, was always dropping for weed, not for cocaine or no shit like that. She's just a weed head. That's just what she smoked. She's a weed head.
Right.
And she just kept dropping dirty. So her PO said, well, that, you're going to do these weekends. But she was doing the weekend. And then she didn't want to do the weekend. I'm like, you don't seem to understand. You can't do what you want to do. You on probation. Do you understand that concept? You've been to prison before. You understand you can't do what you're supposed to do. You actually supposed, and to show you how we always talking about how they put these laws back out on the street. She got a 6-year sentence. And any average that happened to would be lucky to be on the streets for 6 years.
Yeah.
You know, because if he was a nigga, they would have sent him to prison right away.
Right.
You know, so you got a break when you're still on the streets, but that ain't good enough for you. You still want to do what you want to do. Okay. So then she didn't want to do that, and I had to talk her into, look, just go on down there and do them little funky ass weekends, get that shit done, and I'll help you get off probation. Okay. She do the weekend. I go and flip the bread. I keep connections in the legal world. I always keep connections with attorneys.
Right.
Always keep connections with people in every branch or in every sector of the criminal justice system.
Right.
Or in the legal system, because you never know when you might need it.
Okay.
You never know. Being successful in business and in life is all about making the right alignment. And that's what I pride myself on doing.
Yeah.
So, when it came to that, I said, well, let me use my resources to help her. So I went to, this Jewish cat I know, and she was talking about, I need a lawyer. I'm trying to get off this shit. I'm trying to get off probation. Have you done what them folks ask you to do? Well, no, they want me to get up and go over here and such and such. That's what you have to do.
Right.
You have to get up. It's probation. What the f*** don't you understand?
Right.
So I pull him to the side and we get together and we meet. I set it up, we go down there and meet. And he tell us straight up, look, either you're going to stop smoking or what's going to happen is they probably won't put you in prison, but they're going to wind up putting you in the county for about, 60 or 90. You just got to stop smoking. And she was like, I can go to prison. They got weed in prison. He was like, okay, so basically what you're saying is you'd rather go to prison so you can smoke. Everything else is up, but you'd rather go to prison because you can smoke weed.
Can't save them.
Yeah, that's your one saving grace.
Yeah.
You get to smoke weed. So you'd rather be in a place where the food is nasty, the conditions are nasty, it's violent and up, but since you can smoke weed, you're cool.
Prison really ain't all that bad, man. Food ain't all that bad, and the living conditions really ain't all that bad. I can attest to that. I can't speak for no other state, but when I was at, man, it's pretty clean. And anyway, go ahead, man.
She going to DCI.
Oh man, kitty camp, man. I ain't shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she want to be in the kitty camp where she can smoke weed.
Yeah, that's
why.
why.
She must want to go in there. Where's that term you said? Some lollipops and gumdrops.
Yeah, man, they get to eat and everything, man.
Okay, well, because her girl is in there too. Because you remember, I got her girl out because she was, selling for her dude or whatever. But anyway, she itching to go to prison because I guess, if it's as nice as you say, she can go in there and smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? So, me, I can't stand being locked up, though. I mean, that's me.
Exactly.
That's me. I don't care how nice it is. Even if prison were my paradise, I still like to leap the crystal wall.
Yeah.
I can't be locked up. Man.
Well, there's a reason why these keep going back, dog. Your people don't understand. Like, man, such and such going back for his 4th, 5th bid. It's because these prisons are kind of like, I don't want to call them country clubs, man, but like I said, it's nice. I mean, it's pretty clean up in that, man. The floors are sparkling clean, and the food ain't that bad, for real. I done bashed many a break or many a cheeseburger or whatever the fuck up in that bitch, man. But like I said, the only downside to that shit is if you's a dude, of course you're gonna want to break you off some draws. You know what I'm saying? And of course we don't have no conjugal visits and shit. So I mean, your only saving grace would be get you a female prison guard, or bust you down a boy. Get you some dude in there ain't got no hair on his face. You know what I'm saying? The same way with the females, because females, especially females, they don't give two shits about eating on each other up in there, man. You know what I mean? But as far as the living conditions as a whole, because I first went up in the joint in 94, I left in 2006, and man, just that little bit of time, man. I mean, it really got cushy up in that. man. You know, I mean, they turned that spot to like a little college campus. You know, because I remember first going up in there, you know, you could have like dirty magazines. I mean, it was like real seedy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like what you would kind of expect on TV. You know what I mean? But man, as soon as I got up in there, they started straightening all kinds of shit up, man. You know what I mean? New wax, new paint, new rules, new regulations. Can't have no dirty magazines. You know, it was just like, wow, they cleaning this spot up, boy. You know what I'm saying? But
so you basically make that sound like a Holiday Inn.
Yeah, man. You know, only thing really bad about that spot, you know, because I remember walking the ranges late at night when I was on third shift, and you know, sometimes you see dudes crying, you know, because they miss their family, their peoples. You know, losing your freedom hurts, but majority of the time they was just sleeping like babies, man. And the only thing I could think of myself was, man, who's the lucky one? You know, they ain't got no bills. They ain't got no worries. You know, they play sports every day, play cards, dominoes, you know, and they get themselves a nice, you know, they be knocked out, sleeping like babies, man. You know what I mean? And so I was just like, good Lord, man. And, you know, like I said, physiologically, you can look at the physical condition of the guards versus the inmates, right? You know, it's always the guards got the big pot guts, you know what I mean, out of shape, you know, just all kind of stress on their face. And then a lot of people always used to wonder, like, why does prison preserve you? You know, you can see a dude up in prison, and he can be 50 years old, look like he's 30. You know what I mean? Because contrary to popular belief, you know, regardless of what the movies say, it's really not that much stress in there. Just do what the you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Stay to yourself. Don't snitch. You know what I mean? And, you know, pretty much. I mean, like I said, you don't have that much to worry about in there, man. You know, and can, you know, dispute it if they want. But all I see is going back. You know, when I was working there, would just come back like it wasn't shit. You know? I was like, well, if it's really that bad in here, why the fuck are you back, nigga? You know what I mean? But anyway, that's off the topic. You know, we talking about, you know, your girl, you know.
Well, I guess if it's that good, she want to go back. I mean, if she got it that good and she can sit in there and smoke weed on top of that, more power to her.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? Well, you know, if it's that good, she can lay up and watch cable television and smoke weed or what have you. But there's also, you know, a financial component. I guess you got to have money on your books, right?
Yeah, you got to have that.
Okay, well,
you got to have that.
Because the other nigga in prison too.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, I guess, like, you know, it must be, I guess if it's as good as you say it is, I guess I see why she want to go back. But anyway, you know, I set it up, you know, and then so today, you know, she come calling me, you know, it's like 911. Okay. What is this about? You know, I'm losing my sight. Like, what do you mean? I'm losing my sight. Like, okay. Alibi, right? Game mode kicks in. Alibi.
Okay.
An alibi. So then she said, well, my PO told me they canceled because she's supposed to have a status hearing. You know, to see where she is on probation because, you know, we're working to get her off.
Right.
You know, so I flipped the money to my guy who gave me, you know, he gave me a little discount to go in there and represent her at the status hearing. So I shelled out money, go in there, you know, to help her get off probation. So, you know, the hearing was supposed to be tomorrow or what have you. And so I get a call from her today saying, well, they canceled her hearing and her PO said if she ain't there at 9 o'clock in the morning, they're going to put a warrant out. I'm like, how did that happen? You know, it's like, okay, well, something is going instantly. It kicks in. Something is going on here. It's some.
Okay.
So then, you know, I get a hold of my guy. So we'll call her and find out and verify that she don't have court tomorrow. Yeah, the judge said he's going to take care of it. And so, you know, he does some digging around, investigating, find out she hasn't been reported to the PO.
God damn.
So on top of dropping dirty, you ain't been reported. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now, you know, you worry that you might get locked up. You know, so if it's as good as you say it is, she can stay on the street and keep running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's the paradise you paint, she shouldn't be worried about getting locked up. You know, but she called me today to I had to get my baby. And they love using their babies as scapegoats. They love using their kids as scapegoats for their my baby had to have eye surgery, and I think I'm going blind. They told me to come on into the hospital. I'm getting ready to go blind. I'm going blind on my left side. I think I'm having a stroke. I think I got to go check in.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? So basically what she's trying to do is she's trying to get out of going to see the PO tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to say, well, she can't go see the PO tomorrow because, you know, she lost vision in one of her eyes.
Oh, my God,
you know, trying to cover up from the fact that, you know, one, she's never given them clean urine. Never. She's always popped dirty from marijuana. Never given them clean urine. Always popped dirty. Then on top of that, you're not even going to see the PO. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, she's scared she's going to get locked up. And now she's trying to come up with an alibi, you know, for me, because she thinks that when she get busted, I'm going to go down there and stroke a free bond. Surprise, trick, no good. Just going to be locked up.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Because it's time to withdraw my hand. Back to the initial point, you have to know when to let go.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have saved this girl on numerous occasions. Numerous occasions. You know, on numerous occasions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? To the point where, and a lot of times it's just been a lookout. It's just been a hookup. Because getting involved with her is like quicksand. One thing becomes two things become four things become 8, and so on and so forth.
Right.
You see, that's the risk you run when you're trying to, you know, with these females like that. When you are dealing with them on that level, you can't solve all their problems. You can't save them because their problems are inward. They have a really up view of the way life is supposed to run. Really, they're children.
Right.
You want to be real about it, they're children.
Man. For real.
And a lot of them are, even though they have children, they're going through their second childhood. And there's a certain level of immaturity they have that makes them their own worst enemy. So they will sabotage even the best of things. Now, here, I got her a lawyer. She didn't have to pay for it. All she had to do was give them one clean urine. One set of clean urine.
Just one.
And they were going to, just one.
Okay.
Just one. All they had to do, all she had to do was give the probation department one clean. She had to drop clean one time. They would have broke her down to where she didn't even have to report. She just had to call in. And she can't do that. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So ain't nothing I can do with this person. So now she want to run this game and run this scam to my, you know, how she done lost vision in her eye. Ain't nothing wrong with your eye.
You know,
See
she's
what
supposed
I'm
to
saying?
be grown.
I'm going blind. No, you're not going blind.
Man.
You're trying to cook up an excuse so you won't be at the POs tomorrow at 9 o'clock because you know they're going to lock your ass up because you know came up dirty, you know, dropped dirty. And on top of that, you're not even going in. They're going to put an absconding warrant on your ass. So you're trying to come up with a reason to tell me because you think I'm going to go down there and stroke a bond and get you out of jail. But that's not going to happen.
You know, and this is a grown person.
Me and the lawyer said, does she really think we're that stupid? I'm like, yeah, she really does. You know, and even the lawyer was saying it. He said, well, she's getting ready not to go. She wants to extend. He was saying, he's like, well, your son has been having surgery for 3 weeks because that's the last time she went to go see the PO.
No.
I guess she thought nobody was going to investigate. Okay, your son has had eye surgery for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, now when you finna get ready to go down, you know, you want me to, you going down by yourself. I'm sorry. You know, and now I'm getting ready. You know how it is. You come through for them 99 times. That one time you say no, you know, they flip on you. Yeah. So, you know the saying, either you die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Man, for real.
And so now it's time for me to be the villain.
Shit.
Because what's going to happen is she's going to go there tomorrow. And we both know it.
Yep.
She's going to go there tomorrow. They're going to lock her ass up for 60 or 90 days, and then they'll terminate. Because that's the only way she's going to drop a clean urine.
Right.
Unless she can get weed in the county.
Yeah, she can get weed in the county.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's all through there, cuz. Yeah.
I guess she'll be in there for the full. They'll wind up having her ass in there for 6 months. But I ain't putting no money on no books.
Right.
I ain't putting a dime on them books. That Go eat them bologna sandwiches and that cereal. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if she can get some weed in there, smoke her, and that's it. I'm not stroking no. You running and they let you go.
Mm-hmm.
You running. They let you go and you running when they let you go. Why the fuck would I go stroke a bond for free?
Yeah. Right.
And put myself in harm's way because you're irresponsible.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. There's no silver lining to that dark cloud.
You ain't gonna save her, Tony? You ain't gonna save her?
Nah. The bitch gonna drown.
Oh, nigga. Come on, man.
She's going down. Well, how Flip Wilson said in Uptown Saturday Night, going down. Bubbler, bubbler, bubbler.
God.
You know, that's it. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's over. It's a wrap. She go in there because, you know, she's driving around in a car in somebody else's name. She ain't got no license.
Right.
So it's only a matter of time. She's going to be out. She's going to get pulled over. That's how it goes. I've seen it a million times. She's going to run. She probably dip for about a year or two.
Uh-huh.
She's going to get caught, get arrested, and then, you know, this is a call from, you know, Security Technology. Will you accept? Bang! Click.
Wow. You gonna hang up on your baby? Man.
She ain't gonna even get that. She ain't gonna even get the ghetto call. You know what ghetto calling is? Is when they try to get everything out that little 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. 5 seconds.
Yeah. You know, when they try to say what they have to say before they get cut off. Nah, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
Matter of fact, I ain't even accepted no jail calls. Everybody who got any business with me call my number direct.
Right.
So if they call it from jail, I know it's her. And I'm just, you know. So I got a text later this afternoon after she concocted this, and now she's talking about, can I bring her some meat? Nope. I'm not going anywhere near you.
God
But see, that's a trap too.
Mm-hmm.
That's a trap too. But see, the name of the game is, okay, you go in there and bring her some meat. Okay, now let me suck your dick.
Right.
Okay, well, okay, suck it. That's to open you up.
Yeah.
You know, that's to open you up. They you and suck your because they finna get ready to ask for something. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she knows she ain't going tomorrow. She knows she got a warrant, so she wanna, you know, she wanna put some head on the count.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
She wanna put that head on her account. She wants to put that. Nah, but that is not. You know, that check. The check that she's trying to stroke is too big. I mean, I can't cash that. I can't cash the check she's trying to write.
Right.
But see, when they catch her, I'll have a $10,000 bond, and I don't pay $1,000 for no head. I'm not that.
Yeah. Damn,
You know
that's
what
some
I'm saying?
good ass head right there. Whoa.
Yeah. You know, so the name of the game is, you know, get you over there. You know, bring her some meat, get over there. Then she gonna want to, you know, she'll go ahead and suck you. And then, you know, that's she gonna put that on the pill. So that when her ass get locked up, call you, come get her. See, because power trick, it works in the reverse if you're not careful.
Okay.
We'll reverse the game on you.
Okay.
You know, if you're not careful, you know, because what they'll do is they'll start, you know, and they'll start, you know, just looking out, and you know, you think they're being gracious, and sometimes they are, sometimes they're not.
Okay.
You know, it's a way of creating an obligation, which is what we're doing. So they want to try to reverse it. See what I'm saying? So they figure if they come over and stuff you did 1 or 2 times, that means you're supposed to sign for a car.
Right. Yep.
It's disproportionate. If I come
Yep.
over and suck your dick, that means I need a car. You need to sign for me a car.
Oh, really? Oh.
No.
Baby. No.
See,
No.
They like to play that game. You know,
Right.
come over, you know, give you some good head or give you some sex. Because what they're trying to do is flip it.
Right.
So that what happens is they know they're going to get, and they're going to ask for something that's above and beyond what the relationship is.
Right.
So they're creating that obligation by, you know, trying to evoke that conscience, that your conscience. They're trying to prick your conscience. You know, trying to stroke that guilt in you by saying, well, you know, I thought we were good. You know, I thought we were good. We were around. I was doing this and I was doing that. Now when I need you, you turn your back on me.
Right.
That type of shit. See what I'm saying? Now you become a lame ass because I won't give you $1,000, you know, to get out of something that I I've already put in $200 or $300 for you to get out of.
Right.
So now because you